Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about tomorrow's Triple Threat Park win streak rewards. Looks as though they are bringing back the Sunday win streaks, and there is a very good end reward for this one with Diamond Jaylen Green. So super duper solid content for tomorrow, and I gotta say, this is a pretty significant improvement over a lot of the win streaks they've done recently. The only other win streak that's like this one was the Diamond Ronnie cycle they won about a month ago or so. They didn't do one last week at all for Sunday, which was interesting, and I was wondering if they were kind of done with these Sunday win streaks, but I'm pretty excited to see that they are not, and that we're coming back now with a free diamond, and a pretty good one at that. Jaylen Green is not a bad card at all, so this is a pretty solid reward. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily My Team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss. So, think about Jaylen Green. He is a very viable, competitive type point guard in my team. He is a borderline top 10 point guard in the game. If he's badged properly with like defensive badges and stuff, he might be even better than that. In fact, I might even consider using him over Jamal Crawford as my backup PG if I badge him. A free point guard like him is very, very nice because he's got a great release. He's got decent stats and badges. Like, I think he's a very, very solid card. And I mean, he's going for probably a cheaper price now that he's been announced. As y'all can see, there's a lot of Jaylen Greens up now that he's been announced as the reward, but he's around 100 KMT. He was over 100 at KMT before that, and I think Jaylen Green is really, really nice because he's 6'4", 98 offense, 88 defense. So he's got good size. He's got a 92 3 ball, very fast, smooth release as well, 95 driving dunk, so he's an elite shooter and an elite slasher, and he's got pretty good movement as well. 94 ball handle, 59 block isn't great, neither is the 64 interior, but 82 steal, 84 perimeter isn't terrible, and he's got decent size, 94 speed, 92 speed ball, 88 agility, 97 vert, 95 stamina. He'll struggle a little bit against bigger matchups and stuff and on the switch on the interior, but overall he's an awesome offensive card and just a super solid overall card in my team. 22 base badges means he can have up to 27 total, and he's got Hoff Posterizer, Area Wizard, Shifty Shooter, and Ankle Assassin, so really great slasher, and then Hoff Shifty's a really good badge as well. Gold badges like Deadeye, Limitless, Bailout, Handles for Days, Unpluckable, Pogo Stick, Layup, Mixmaster, Physical Finisher, Set Shot Specialist, and Lightning Launch. Silver Slippery, Break Starter, Bronze Off-Ball Pest, and Pick Dodger. Now, looking at the badges that you're going to want to add to this Jaylen Green if you do get him. Maybe Rise Up, maybe Dimer, Challenger, Glove, Interceptor, I think for sure, and then a Movable Enforcer and On-Ball Menace. Honestly, you're pretty much just going to have to go with defensive badges, I think, because, I mean, you could add Rise Up or Dimer, that type of thing, but I think he needs enough defensive badges to where that's probably where the direction I would go. Maybe instead of one of those badges, you go Strong Handle for the playmaking, or Dimer. But I think if he's badged with defense, especially, like, most importantly, things like Challenger, Interceptor, Movable, On-Ball Menace, probably, he's really, really nice as a card. Glove is a nice badge, but I don't think it's a necessity on a Jaylen Green, so probably would add those 4 badges and then maybe Dimer or Strong Handle or something like that. And I really do think Jaylen Green, when he's badged properly, is a very, very good point guard because, I mean, slashing is obviously very much in a lot of ways a big part of the meta right now, and Jaylen Green is a great slasher who happens to dribble pretty darn well as well, which is really, really nice. See if we can use his card real quickly just so I can show y'all what his animations are looking like. I'm not certain I ever did a gameplay with him. I might have, I might not have, I'm not totally sure. If I didn't, I might do a gameplay with him with the free card tomorrow. We'll see. But he's a guy who, I mean, there are a lot of people out there who probably don't have the best point guards. Jaylen Green isn't like the best point guard in the game, but he's got a good escape. He's got a good push cross, very fast push cross. And I mean, dribble style, I don't think is terrible either. I mean, the push cross is nice. The dribble style is okay. And the jumper is really nice. Like, he's got a very smooth, easy, fast jumper. It's not hard to green at all. And he's obviously going to be an elite slasher as well. Again, this is an emerald that we're using right now, but really good slasher, really good shooter. Overall, just very, very nice card. So nice to see 2K come out and give us a guy in Jaylen Green who is actually a very viable diamond reward and not just like an Amethyst Gems of the Game option pack or some random pack or some MT or something like that. Do I expect realistically that we will be getting these types of cards all season? Probably not, but I wouldn't be disappointed at all if we do. I would love to see a weekly diamond. We'll see if that's something they're actually interested in or not, but I mean, his step back into like a rhythm shot is really nice. So I actually think this, especially with Shifty Shooter as well, which is a really good badge. I screwed that one up really badly, but I think as a whole, this Jaylen Green's going to be really nice, man. Like very, very good. Probably a card a lot of people haven't used yet and maybe have been sleeping on at the point guard position, but I think especially when he's properly badged, he's really nice. Now, with that being said, my request slash plea slash whatever you would say towards 2K is that they keep this going. These are the types of rewards that if you can consistently put them in the game and reward your player base with this type of content, it brings people into the game. It helps no money spent players to be able to compete more effectively and more competitively. Overall, it is nothing but an improvement for the game mode, in my opinion, and something that is good. It's good for the game, and it's needed in the game. Like, it's not going to be perfect, right? But I think as a whole, if they keep this type of content going, it helps make up for the poor pack odds and the things that aren't great about the game, which there are certainly things like that. But as long as you are rewarding players consistently with good free content, it doesn't matter quite as much, I guess. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think 2K is kind of stuck in their ways. They're pretty committed to the low pack odds and therefore really good cards being super expensive this year, which is frustrating for a no money spent player because of how challenging it can be to make MT. But as long as they consistently give us good free grinds, good rewards, things of that nature, and they continue to upgrade as the year progresses, I think things overall will probably be okay. Because if you're a good player, you can generally compete, I think, even as a no money spent player if you're smart. But you're just, the biggest problem is the fact that you're not going to be able to get like the pink diamonds. You know what I mean? Like guys like Devin Booker or Julius Erving or LeBron or Kareem or Giannis or D-Rob, et cetera, even the most expensive diamonds, guys like Paulo and Jaren, can be a little bit out of touch and out of reach for a no money spent player, and it does create a pay to win game to a certain extent, which is frustrating. But the better they do with this type of stuff, the better the game will be as a whole. And I think the more overall success that the game mode will have, because you have to keep the entire player base engaged and not just, I don't know. You have to keep the entire player base engaged and not just the whales. You know what I'm saying? And as somebody who honestly spends a decent amount of money on the game myself, I might fall closer to that like whales category to a certain extent. You know what I mean? But I just worry about the health of the game for the no money spent and the low money spent player at times. And this type of content, if it's consistent, improves the game and helps the game overall. So I am excited to see this being part of the content for tomorrow. So also will say, if you are not very good at the game, you may not have a great team, you don't feel super confident in your ability to win 5 games in a row, try to find teammates for 3v3 or even maybe play with randoms in 3v3. You might be able to get a decent squad, and that might be the easier way to do it, because I think for some people winning 5 in a row as a solo might be kind of hard. Overall though, I honestly think it's not bad at all. This is 5 wins for a free diamond is great free content, and I'm overall very, very pleased with this tomorrow. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back on more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.